Ladies and gentlemen, it is I, Ancient Guile, 5051, the manager of this Evolution Compost official channel. As the band does their own thing, in between making music videos or releasing other info and content related to them, I'm here to check comments and assist them with various things. In the meantime, I upload videos to hold the viewers over, like album reviews, and let's plays, and sometimes, shitty library alerts. Today is Easter, and I've decided, instead of making an album review for a pile of garbage, I can treat us. I knew I would never receive a more timely opportunity than now to review the album, Easter by Patti Smith, aka the Patti Smith Group, a good album. A classic, I suspect. Among several bands from the mid to late 70s, there was the Patti Smith Group. Easter is actually the second album by the band. It's classified as proto-punk by several aficionados, whatever that means. I don't really listen to punk music aside from a very limited helping of artists who very loosely, I emphasize, loosely follow the conventions of punk rock. One of the songs on here aligns as mostly as a percussive a cappella hymn, Ghost Dance. It's a great song. It reminds me of Tool's 10,000 Days album a little. It gives me that similar feel, nonetheless. There are vague references to religion in the lyrics, but I can't decipher the meaning of it. I don't think she's referencing Christianity due to some of the words she says. Tahi and Taija is a word used from countries of Middle Earth all the way to China. Wonderful choruses there. It adds another dimension to the whole of the album. There were two singles which were, Because the Night, and then Privilege, Set Me Free, in parentheses. It also holds the original version of the song Rock and Roll Nigger, which Marilyn Manson covered on his Smells Like Children extended play album in '95. This original version has a piano in it which used to be more common in early hard rock. The bassist, Ivan Krall, sings the second verse of the song, which sounds quite interesting. What's even more striking is the track before this, Bablog, that contains Patti reciting spoken word poetry before an audience that revs up in intensity the further into the 90-second strand, revealing to be a connecting piece or introduction for Rock and Roll Nigger. She mentions Jackson Pollock as being an individual/historical figure who is attributable to the word. Why that is, I don't have one good clue. He isn't mentioned in Manson's version. Wonderful vocal, instrumental, and lyrical performances, all around. Patti Smith's lyrics are atypical from most of the frontmen and women in the genre during this period. She likes to add excursive poetry passages that don't follow typical rock lyric structures, and they are quite comprehensive, but best of all, they leave you pondering over what's said. Space Monkey is another noteworthy track. It's driven dually by a flanging guitar and whistling Hammond organ. Hearing that aforementioned bassist hyperventilate at the end of the track feels indescribably spectacular. It rounds the whole song off very nicely. I wonder what it would have sounded like if Marilyn Manson covered the other anthemic song in the album, From Side 2, titled 25th Floor. That's another song with a connection to the successive track, Rebellion on High. You get to listen to more of Patti's lyrics, which talk about what sounds like trying to associate with the regular society as an artist, or anyone who isn't aligned to the status quota. And its instrumental execution comes out very lavish. The album concludes with the title track, Easter, and it's a ballad with a dismissal of the equivalent energy surfaced in the two previous tracks, taking what she did in the songs, Because the Night and track 8, We Three, and makes it more depressing, but in a nice way. There's even some bagpipes at the end. What a terrific batch of songwriting and playing by this band. I enjoyed the riffs, from rousing to dreary and introspective. The piano and organ playing is another strong part of the melodic composition. Everything else, likewise, shows competence. Patti always keeps it interesting when at the mic. She does many different things with her voice and is always in tune. Many of the dimwit artificial bitches you hear today on the pop charts ought to take a listen to Patti Smith when they get the chance. Don't even dream that the likes of Taylor Swift, Beyoncé, or Demi Lovato can write lyrics as cutting edge and mentally metamorphic as Patti's. This Easter is a terrific album, and probably one of the top 10 albums from 1978. The only other Patti Smith album I've heard was her debut, Horses, and there was apparently an album in between this one and that one. Then there was one after Easter, titled Wave, released the year after. It seems she took a long hiatus for the first half of the EVs. From that point on, I'm not sure what came of her career. I'm quite pleased to have taken the time to listen to this album just before Easter trailed in this year. I like having something new to think about when Easter finally does hit. A good change of direction, rather than all that quasi-enthusiastic religious ceremonial drivel and that Easter bunny nonsense. So, to whomever's watching this and hasn't listened to this album, I insist, go out and get it, damn it. It's a snazzy retro musical trove